Salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Sepia Tears. When I last left off, we hung out with Rin, got some weird vague stuff from Lucas, and now I guess we're listening to Mark's thoughts again, as he's talking about whatever the heck's going on, I guess, between him, his friends, his sister, Myra, who knows. Lying on the bed, as I gaze blankly at the invisible ceiling, I think through my conversation with Lucas and the time I spent with Rin. Something is about to happen. Something inevitable. I don't think I can avoid it, and I don't think I should avoid it. My path was set in stone the minute I let this whole adventure start. And all the while, that faded, sun-soaked reel of memories plays over and over in my head. With a worn-out sigh, I turn to my side and close my eyes. And I'm probably already into the next chapter. Yep, leap of faith. I should have known when I stopped at that point, but oh well, let's keep going. It's morning! My alarm didn't go off. Or at least I assume it didn't, because my dream wasn't cut short. Everyone knows the type. One of those dreams that's great while it lasts and hurts the minute you wake up. It was one of those dreams. Aw. The sky was perfectly, completely blue. Early autumn. The leaves turning orange. A walk home in my first year of high school. It was also the first day I met Lillian. I do like the art style of this game. Hey, do you like the sky? That's a strange question. I had this manly voice since I was a freshman, you know. I didn't have problems with the high squeakiness. I'm hardly kidding. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to see what answer you choose. Why is that? You can tell a lot about a person by how they answer an unanswerable question. Her voice is fresh in my mind, probably because she's the only English voice actor in this whole thing. She was smart even back then, shy, but years ahead of me. My dad wanted to be a pilot when he was younger. That's what he told me anyway. I see. It's for an art project. The sky, I mean. I hate painting, I'm terrible at it. The sky ought to be the easiest thing to paint, right? Well, it depends on how you're painting it. If you're just doing like a little kid does, where you just cover it all blue with some clouds, then that's one thing. But if you're trying to get like a sunset with all the various colors and everything, it is kind of tricky. But it does look amazing when you do it. She stared at the clouds, puzzled. I stared at her, puzzled. You and Lucas seem nice. You're good students, right? I can research, but I don't want to do the presentation. It wasn't the clouds, really. She stared at something invisible in the distance. Maybe she's looking for heaven. I'm glad you came to and talk to me. Maybe we can be friends. You're pretty when you smile, I thought. You're interesting. You too. I couldn't see what she was looking at. It began and ended in her own head. It's a tough barrier for a stranger to cross. You said you were from a small family, right? Yeah. Only child, and my parents work a lot. Does it get lonely? Kinda. Do you ever invite friends over? Not really. Too busy. Besides, there's lots to do by yourself. I wanted to ask her everything, and I wanted to tell her everything. Who knows? Maybe I fell for her under that pale afternoon sky, and it wasn't until a year later that I realized it. Look, a plane. They must feel good, the people piloting that. You can go anywhere up there, no boundaries. If I could have deciphered that comment back then maybe. But no, she's always been far, far ahead of me. Let's be friends. Sure thing. I'll totally be crushing on you later. The morning passed by in a blur. It's about time to get going. Do you have any plans for the evening? It's the last day of school, after all. We'll be seeing each other again in a couple of weeks. It's not really a cause to celebrate. That was a lie, of course. Either way, I might be at the arcade with Lucas, so don't expect me till late, okay? Okay. We opened the front door and walked to school for the last time before the new year. It looks like Lillian is sick again. This is terrible. This is worse than terrible. I might be off by a long shot, but I know what class she would normally be in right now. She was away this morning, but maybe she was just late? Almost there. There she is! Or is she? Hey! Morning.
How was your cold?
What?
I mean, you were sick, and,
Let me try this again.
So how have you been? Are you feeling better now?
Yes, I am. Thanks for asking, even if it took a few more tries than necessary.
I am laughing because I care. Well, anyway, you might want to see your teachers about the stuff you missed. You've been away for a while. The last time I saw you was, So, let's cut to the chase, shall we? You're giving me that side-eye look of, I know that I'm thinking of something, right?
I can't tell you anything, Mark.
I know, but...
It's not because I don't trust you. It's because it'll ruin everything if I do. You know what I mean. It wasn't a question this time.
I know it's selfish, but listen to me for once.
Mark.
You said you know how I feel, right? Then listen. You're not alone, but you're acting like you are.
That's
not my business, I know.
That's not what I was...
But it's what you were thinking. Forget about being nice. Don't worry about hurting me. Just do what you want, okay? Don't mind the fact that my heart is broken into a million pieces all over the floor. You go be with creepy Lucas. Just stop thinking and do what you want.
You're right. You're right, aren't you? I'll be fine. Or at least I think I will.
That's alright. You can take time to think or whatever it is.
Meet me after school, alright?
What?
You're not busy, are you?
No, I'm not, but...
Then it's settled. Meet me after school and I'll tell you everything.
Are you sure?
She nods, despite her vaguely trembling arms. And I nod while realizing conclusively that there's no turning back. Memories are fickle. They're not there when you need them, and they're there when you wish they weren't.
Damn, it's cold. Oh, it is winter. This is called Winter's Reprieve or something like that.
Leaning against the school's hard brick wall as the rest of the students leave for the holidays, I wonder absent-mindedly about these past 2 weeks. The shadows of the bare trees against the snow takes me back. Myra has nothing to do with this, I realize that now. She may have been the trigger, but this was set in motion long ago. But I shouldn't complain if this is how the story has to end, then. Hey.
Lucas!
Yeah, it's me.
I thought you were busy this evening.
I am. I just told them that I'll be half-hour late.
Oh. So why are you here?
I need to tie up a loose end.
Is this about what you said yesterday?
No. Well, it's related in a sense, but it's time it's about you. I'm here to warn you. What? You already knew that, didn't you?
Part of me did. I didn't! Could somebody fill me in, please? I've been playing this game for a while and I still don't know what the hell's going on.
That's the part with the natural intuition, then. I've known you for a while now. We're friends. There are a lot of things that go without saying, but there are an equal number of things that need to be said.
What are you getting at?
I'm saying that you might be making a mistake. Don't lie to yourself. I bite my lip.
Just don't draw blood, it hurts.
I don't know exactly what you're planning or how you're planning to do it, but if you're making an important decision, I'm obligated to make sure you do it properly.
I hate to break it to you, but you're no more capable than I am.
I know that. But there's another thing that I know. You've conditioned yourself to not take the initiative.
And I'm going to change that.
You're going to change that at your own peril.
Fine by me.
Just don't say I didn't warn you. He turns around and leaves. Before he can get out of earshot,
Thanks.
as if they were just loud enough for him to hear it.
You're late.
I know. I'm sorry, but I caught up with one of my teachers and...
It's alright, I was just kidding. Don't cry, please. And don't go hugging more snowmen, okay?
I try to smile.
It's only been 10 minutes. Relax.
But...
This'll cancel one of the favors I owe you, alright?
Fine. She takes a deep breath and slowly exhales.
So you're the one who called me here after all.
Oh, right.
Shall we walk?
Sure. It takes a while for me to notice that the flurries have already started to fall, but those were flurrying a while ago. It feels like magic. A heavy condensed ball of bliss pulling my heart into my throat. She's the same as always, but something's different. Something in the way she brushes her hair from her eyes makes her look like she's shining.
Well, maybe she's crying. I don't know.
Hard to tell. All those fragments of conversations over the past year, those jigsaw memories, they all come down to this. One single walk, on one single day, on a snowy winter afternoon. But a silly thing with life is that every anti-climax feels like a climax when you're the hero.
Hey, you remember when we first met, right?
The science project, without a moment's hesitation.
Yeah, but I was thinking of what happened after that. With the sky.
Yeah, I remember.
I dreamt about it this morning.
Funny, I hadn't thought about that day in ages.
Of course, I have more reason to remember it than you do. I actually have a crush on you.
It's been so long, hasn't it? You used to be so shy back then.
I could say the same to you.
Yeah, I'd rather not think about it.
It doesn't matter. We get along either way. We're awesome for each other.
I guess so, huh? The snow crunches beneath our feet.
You could go back. Would you do it all over?
We do our first year.
This year. Last year. Everything that happened before that. Do you think this would be any easier if you could just go back?
Maybe. Even so, there's something poetic about the way things fall into place, even if it's a mess. Like an abstract painting, you know? Beautiful chaos.
I thought of it like that.
Lillian and I arrive at a small park in a secluded corner of the suburbs. It's a nice place, isn't it?
I never knew we had a park here.
It's always been here. I used to come here when I was younger.
I guess you're on a swing, yes.
Brushing the snow off the surface, she takes a seat on a swing and clutches onto the chains.
Those are big-ass chains for a swing, just saying.
This area was a lot more populated back then, but for some reason it was always quiet on Friday evenings. I used to go after school.
After school on Friday? Wouldn't the place be filled with kids then?
I take a seat beside her.
I'm guessing you brushed the snow off of that seat too, because otherwise you're gonna have a cold, wet butt.
You think so, right? But I always used to go to the bigger park down the block. That's why I liked this place. It was quiet.
It was important.
Yeah. I didn't have much else to do through most of junior high, after all.
You've changed so much.
You think? I know I'm more confident now, but...
No, really, you have. Remember that time we went walking behind the school? You were scared that we'd get lost.
I think I still might be scared if you were leading us.
Touché.
There's something sad about our laughter, the calm before the storm.
Still, it was different back then. We had to prod you out of the bus stop to even come with us.
I remember you promised that we'd find something exciting.
I might have conveniently forgotten about that. Did we end up finding anything?
Of course.
I don't remember taking anything home.
It wasn't something you could take home. It was love, wasn't it?
Lillian, there's something I need to tell you.
You've made up your mind. 3 years ago, I swore I would never do this again. But maybe the answer has been in front of me all along.
This whole damn drama's been for something, I know it.
My memories of the sepia-stained world surge forth, and
Ah, crud, I didn't even get a chance to save. I'll have to go do that again, but,
You know what? Let's confess. See how this will go.
I'm sure. Took me a year to realize it, but I fell for you when we met on that autumn day.
I hear a pin drop somewhere in the distance. Ka-ting! You... I close my eyes. You... It's just like before. Just like last time. It'll never change. But... Thank you, Mark. But this time, there's no room for regret.
I'm sorry.
I should be apologizing.
No,
Thank you.
What?
I said thank you.
Huh. Well, I got the achievement of confessing.
She climbs off the swing and dusts the snow off her lap. Remember that thing I wanted to tell you? The thing I was worried about? That I thought I could never admit? Turns out it was pretty simple. I just tried to make it complicated. But seeing you like this, Mark, I think you gave me the courage I needed. The words are gone. All gone. I'm sorry. Her eyes glisten as she clasps her hands around mine. Her warmth seeps through them as a year's worth of memories slip away.
You like him, don't you?
I do. I'm not sure when I first realized it, but I really, really do.
Good. Then go.
I reach into my pocket and... I jam the bookmark into her hand.
He's kept it all this time, you know. Means a lot to him, so by the time he gets home and looks over his stuff, he'll probably realize that I swiped it. Before that happens, go give it back.
Thanks. I'll make it count. One by one, her footprints take her away.
One more thing. Karaoke, New Year's Eve. You in?
It's a deal. The silhouette that I fell in love with fades into the whiteness. A memory dies with every step she takes, buried in snow. I arrive home in a daze, only to notice a letter sticking out of the mailbox.
Strange.
I reach out for it, and my heart stops. No postage stamp, no name, no return address. Only to Mark, handwritten in clean cursive. A sheet of paper falls out. Dear Mark, I'm sorry to have to inform you like this, but I realized something today that I should have realized long ago. I made a mistake. A huge mistake. A mistake that will hurt both of us. Before this can happen, I'd like to see you on the 24th of December at 9 a.m. in the place where we first met. You may decline it if you would like, but if possible, I would like to see you again. Just once, just one more time would be enough. Once more before the end. There's a final line written on the back. P.S. I'll return the ribbon to you at the end of the day. I know how much it means to you.
Myra.
There was nothing I could do. I stood alone on the doorstep with the cruel, frigid wind at my back, reading and rereading the letter until I wanted to cry. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I think we'll get that into the next episode. I kind of want to see what happens, though, if we choose not to confess. So I'll do that right before finishing up for this video. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell. Alright, let's see what happens if we don't confess.
I'm sorry, Lillian.
I hear a pin drop somewhere in the distance.
I've been selfish, haven't I?
What?
It's alright. You don't need to pretend. I know how you feel. I'm sorry for putting you through all of this. I knew that you had your own problems to worry about, but I couldn't let my own feelings rest.
All's fair in love and war, isn't it?
Ha! I guess that's right.
A cold black emptiness seeps into me. It's not a stranger, but that's no reason to force my pain onto someone else. And I know better than anyone that those 3 magic words can never guarantee happiness. Thanks for being here for me, Mark.
That's what today was supposed to be about, right?
She smiles and her eyes drift to an unreachable point in the distance. Just as always. Looks like it's kind of the same thing. She dusts the snow off her lap, and, yeah, it looks like it's the same thing. Yeah, it looks like it's the same exact thing, so there really isn't much difference between confessing and not confessing. It's just you get a little bit more dialogue. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess again, this is where we'll leave it off for now. But, curious to see what's going to happen in the next part.